Hey everybody, welcome back to an episode of the Free Skate. Today we are going to do Skate Canada International. I apologize for not having a Cup of China video. I did record one and the uploading did not work, so I just decided to scrap it. So maybe I'll add some just quick notes at the end of this video of my thoughts with some of that event, but I'm not going to get into too much detail. So my name is Ryan. Jesse is not beside me at this moment. He is busy watching hockey downstairs. So I'm gonna do this myself today. So I'm gonna start with men. I think my biggest surprise of this event was Alexander Selevko. Unbelievable. The dude got a silver medal. He was not on my pick to win a medal in this. I don't think he was a pick, with many people on this, but he skated just fantastic. He was third in the short program, second in the free skate. His short program was just so much sass and that attitude with that music, super hard to skate to, and he was such a diva. He gave it. I was so impressed with it. Absolutely loved it. And he kept it together in the free skate. His jumps looked fantastic. His speed, his skating skills, all really, really good. Now, hopefully he can still improve on that. 257 overall. A decent score for men, but obviously not like top tier. So that's something he's going to want to work on. But that's just awesome. I was so happy for him. Gold medal, Ilya Malin. Obviously, there's no way he's not winning the Olympics unless he falls on 6 jumps. It's just not going to be a competition in my opinion. He gets a world record score, 333.81. He wins both segments by a very wide margin. The guy, by the way, he did this without a quad axle too. I think his costumes are very him. They're a little bit outlandish. They are a statement. His skating is a statement. He's there for business. He's getting it done. And he improves every single time he goes out. So if this is a score at the beginning of the year without a quad axle, what's he gonna score later on in the year? I think he could, have another world record. Just iconic. There's nothing really to say that's negative about him. His skating skills have come such a long way. He's still his own distinct skater. He has his distinct style. He's never going to be that, I don't think he's going to be that, the perfect lines and smooth quality of, let's say, a Jason Brown or Patrick Chen. That's not his style. But he brings so many other things to the table. And I, still see people kind of get annoyed with him winning online or saying his scores are outrageous and stuff. But honestly, every technical element he does, 98% of the time, is executed really, really well. And he's getting positive GOEs all over the place. Oh, say hi, Jersey. This is my puppy Jersey. Okay, go over there. Go lie down. Over there. Go lie down over there. Move your butt. Thank you. Wanted to say hi. Go lie down. He's looking out the window. So yeah, there's nothing negative to say about him. Third place, Kalmura, 253.69. Fourth place, Kazuki Tomono, 251.46. Nika Godze in fifth place, 247.95. He was fourth in the free skate, so he did improve. His skating has a lot to be desired. His technique and his elements are they are very scrappy, lots of poor form sometimes he executes things really well, but I would just like to really see him work on the quality of his elements and of his skating too. To the Canadian guys, so Roman Sadovsky and Steven Goglev finished 7th and 8th respectively. Roman was 6th in the free skate. Those two boys are I think going to make the Canadian Nationals very interesting, especially with Keegan coming up. That spot, I think, is officially for anyone to take. Now, both Roman and Steven had good things about their programs. They do need to work on consistency. I do think Steven was a little bit underscored in his short program. I did think he should have been 6th or 5th. In that last flight, I do think he would have had a higher score if he wasn't the first skater out. So that definitely was not to his advantage. But their jumps are becoming very consistent. They have multiple quads. They're putting them in. Steven's skating has improved immensely. His speed has improved so much as well. He's really getting into the character of his short program. I think he needs to settle in his long and not think so much. I think Roman Sadovsky is definitely having a comeback year. He's still slightly inconsistent with certain things, but he is looking really, really good too. His spins are just fantastic. He's got great lines, and I think the Canadian Nationals are going to be something to watch out for. And I don't think that Skate Canada will pick their Olympic team until after 4 continents, because I don't think the Nationals are going to be the end-all be-all, especially with only having one spot. I think they're going to maybe go together 2 times. So we'll have to see how that comes out. Kevin Amos finished a disappointing 10th. He was 5th in the free skate. He was 5th in the short program, 11th in the free skate. He had a very, very rough free skate, but he took it like a champ. But he was injured just before this, and he was just getting back. So that was okay for him. We're going to go to women. Monet Chiba takes the title, 2:17.23. Isabel Levito, a silver medal. Ami Nakai of Japan gets her 2nd Grand Prix medal of the year, and she's off to the Grand Prix final. Brady Tennell finishes 4th. Larnaki Gutman finishes 5th. She was 3rd in the short, 5th in the free. Maddie Schizas, disappointing event in general. She was a little bit better in her free skate, but she still definitely had mistakes. That girl needs to get her stuff together. You know, I have always wondered why Madeline has never changed coaches. It's a little bit baffling to me, because she's been kind of stagnant at the same scores, the same quality of skating for so long now. The girl has so much potential technically, and we all know if she's technically on, she can push for probably a top 6 maybe in the world. 7 is probably realistic for her. You get somebody to like work on her skating and her lines or her choreo, and also too, I think this year specifically, I'm not feeling the free skate music. I don't like it. The elegant, balletic, butterfly aura of the free skate is just, I don't think it matches her. I think she needs to be smarter picking music to show off her good quality. So music like that, where you need to look graceful, and she doesn't quite match that skating style of the music, I think is a downfall for her. And if I were her, I would be getting a new free skate, to be quite honest with you. Even, going back to something a little bit more theatrical and powerful would be great for her, because she's a very powerful skater. She can be very theatrical, but something that's gonna not make you pay attention to the lines as much. When I say lines, I mean getting soft into the knees and gliding, and the way she carries herself around the ice isn't, let's say, like a Kari Sakamoto. It's just a little bit more rough around the edges. So therefore, you do need to have proper music to suit that, and I don't think she has it. So we'll see. Monet Chiba, just so great. She was phenomenal at this event. She didn't put a step wrong. I want to say she's a dark horse coming into the Olympics, and even Japanese nationals, although I don't think dark horse is the right word for her. She's a world silver medalist after all, so I don't know how dark horse that is, but I think she's sometimes lost in the conversation and her name gets put around some of the time, but I think she can be a real threat at the Olympics. Even if people skate well, I do think she's going to keep up there with them. But if people do make some mistakes and she's clean, she will come in and swoop something for sure. Lauren Gutman, just, God, I love her. She's so quirky, and her style is so hers and her own. Her jumps are really coming together. She's really fit into her program and her choreography, and just so original. I mean, like a shark. Like, it's such a her thing to do. I don't know if anyone has ever done a program like that before. Has anyone ever skated into Jaws? I don't even know, but I think it's really, really well done. I think the scoring of this event in general across the board was actually pretty good. I don't mind the judging at all. I do think the judges were very strict, which they should be, and in general, I've seen it across the board. There isn't too many complaints that I could say. I do think they're still missing some people that are under rotating and they're giving a lot of cues and under rotations, but sometimes they'll miss one, and I don't understand how they're missing blatant ones that I can see before I even replay them, and then they don't catch them. So it's kind of puzzling, but I do think the events have been properly judged. Sarah Everhart, 7th place here. She's a good skater. She needs to learn to get into the program and refine her skating. She's still very rough. She seems very tense on the ice, very technically focus driven, wants to get the program done. I don't see a lot of connection to her and her body on the ice and the skating and the music. It's all just kind of like all business, robotic, I'm getting things done. So that's something that I would like to see her work on. So we're going to move to pairs. Diana Stellato-Dudick and Maxime Deschamps edge out the German team. They take this gold medal to 13.4. Minerva Fabian Haas and Nikita Volodin, 207.18 in second place. And the Americans, Ellie Kam and Danny O'Shea, had a beautiful free skate, and they end up winning the bronze medal, followed by the other two Canadians, like Trent Michaud, Kilian Lauren, and Lucas Etier. Are 4th and 5th. I was disappointed with Anastasia Vipin Law and Luke Digby of Great Britain. They did have a better free skate. They had a terrible short program, so it took them right out there. I did actually have them. I thought they would maybe win a surprise bronze. I did think they had it in them if they would have skated clean, but they just look like they need to get back onto the Grand Prix circuit and compete a little bit more, because they looked a little bit rough. They look slow at times, and they look like they haven't skated in a little bit. So, I mean, I don't know what their competitive schedule was before this, but, I think they could do with it a little more repetitions. Diana Stellato-Dudick and Maxime Deschamps look really, really strong. They obviously weren't perfect, but they do look good, especially in comparison to last year. They've had 2 pretty decent outings already, with mistakes, but I mean, you know what, you're going to build to the Nationals and the Olympics, and I think they're on the right track. I think they already look better than they did last year, so that is something that is really exciting for them. So I'm just going to leave that with pairs there, and then I'm going to hit ice dance. So Piper and Paul end up winning this event, but they did place second in the free dance. The Lithuanian team, Aslan Reed and Salios Ambrulevicius, did win the free dance, and that was on an error that Piper and Paul had on their curve lift. They barely got it up. They ended up getting enough to get a level 1, but they only got a level 1 curve lift with negative GOE. So really, they probably lost, I would say, 6 to 7 points on that, between the base value and a GOE. Could have been maybe up to 8 points that they actually could have lost. So that definitely did not fare them really well. They only got a 202.89, so that's something they're going to really want to work on. Their rhythm dance as well, they didn't get a huge score with that either. So that's something they're going to want to look at too. I do love both dances. I think they're going to, later into the year, they're going to look really, really good. And I think they're going to score really, really good too. Piper and Paul are going back to their Vincent music for the free dance. And I'm so happy they did it. I think it's a stunning program. I think they look absolutely fantastic in it, and I really like their costumes. Who knows if they're going to change throughout the year? Sometimes they change their costumes, so we'll see if they add or, change anything up. I'm also like to bring up Marjorie Lajoie and Zachary Laga. I think both of their programs are really, really, really good. And I love their White Crow free dance. I think it is so elegant. They do it so well. I would love to see them score more than what they're scoring again early in the year. 192.41. They, win the bronze medal. They were fourth in the rhythm, third in the free. So they're still things that they need to iron out. They barely edged out Carrera and Ponomarenko. In retrospect, I did think both Carrera and Ponomarenko and Lajoie and Laga did have very low scores in the free dance. But I agree with the placement and the separation between those two teams. I do think Lajoie and Laga were better. I think Carrera and Ponomarenko still look a little bit clunky and a little bit heavy when they're skating. So I think they need to settle in a little bit more with their programs. But something we will see, going forward. I think that's kind of it. I mean, I don't really know what else to say, but I will kind of hit on Cup of China from the other week. So let me go on to Cup of China 2025 results. Ice dance. Madison Chalk, Evan Bates. Low score relatively to them, 208.25 wins. I find Madison's dress in the free skate very distracting. And I think the play with the dress takes away from the skating and the program. I think they need to iron that out. I'm not sold on that yet. Their rhythm dance is American Woman. It's okay. Honestly, nothing blows me away about them this year yet. We'll see. I mean, it's early again. It's their first competition as well. They're going to grow into it, so we'll see. I'm going to reserve more judgment, but for right now, it's okay. I loved Zingis and Kolesnik. Watch out for them. They're going to come storming into nationals. Don't stop talking about them. They're, I think, America's future. I absolutely love them. I said this when they first came over from junior to senior and I first saw them. I said they were gonna be really, really good, and I still say that they're gonna be really, really, really good. I do think Olivia Smart and Tim Deeks Dune program, that is Dune 2, is gonna be awesome. Really, really smart for them to continue a program. I don't think some people know that it's a continuation of a program from last year. It's new. It's not redone. So just clarifying that. Sween Han I did want to also talk about for a second too. So Sween Han do end up getting a bronze medal, which is probably correct. They do have hints of their past skating. I do, I see their power. I see good basic skating, but you can also tell they haven't skated in years. And I think we're going to have to give them time to come into it. It looked like a struggle with some jumps, with some of their lifts. They did a wrong entrance to a lift with the arm, didn't get called for it. That's a big problem. I don't know how judges missed that. Very confusing, especially, the technical panel is so trained in that. I'm not sure why that's not being called. They were in China. Who knows? I don't know. Just saying. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it that I want to talk about Cup of China. So like, subscribe, comment, and the next event is NHK Trophy, and that's coming up next weekend. Well, in a few days now. It's Tuesday right now. And yeah, thanks for watching. share this channel, please get it out there. Hashtag the Free Skate. We're also on Twitter and Blue Sky at the Free Skate. You can join in my conversation there, and we will see you guys soon. Okay, bye.